All right. It says make a box and whiskers. All right. So the first thing we're going to do with the data is I want someone to tell me what's the minimum here on the data. You guys got to help me because you have better eyes. 8. Thank you. So everybody puts minimum is 8. And then what's the maximum?
39.
39. All right. So that's 2 easy questions down. All right. Now, for us, I need to put the data in order. All right. Whenever we want to find the midpoint or the median, I'm sorry, we put the data points in order. So I need someone put them in order. Okay. Thank you. Go ahead.
8, 9, 11, 14, 17, 23, 29, 32, 30. Oh, wait, no. 30, 32.
30, 32. Don't worry about it.
Another 32.
All right. So I'm at 30, 32, and then what?
39.
39. All right. So now I always count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? So is everybody happy with that? So they're in order, right? So now I always like to put there are 11. All right? Because now is there a middle number? Yes, there is a number in the middle, right? So what number is the number in the middle, though? Can you tell me?
23.
Yeah, but now if we're just talking about, you have 11 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What number's in the middle, though?
6.
The 6th number is the one in the middle. I don't like you going crossing out. You understand what I'm saying, right? Everyone in here is smart enough to say if there's 11 numbers, the 6th number is the one in the middle. Is everybody good with that? So now what we're going to do is we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did anybody else get 23?
Yeah.
So 23 is the middle or the median, right? Now, when I learned this, what? Shh. The 6th number, correct? Do you have the numbers written out like?
Yeah, I actually taught 8 and 9.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. All right. Now, what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to underline Q2. All right. Another name for Q2 is the median. All right. That is the median. Q2 is the median. All right. So we said that number was what? 23, right? Now, what I need you to listen to now is I'm going to highlight these for you. This right here, I need to find the median of those numbers. I need to find the median of those numbers. So what's the median of those numbers? Tell me.
12.5.
What is it?
Um,
Come on. The median, what?
11.
Yeah, is it 11? Because there's 5 numbers, correct?
does 23 count?
No, 23 does not count. That's very good. All right, good question. Good question. So again, these are small little details that you'll miss on the test, but you should know, right? 23 now is the median, right? Now I'm only taking the midpoint, or I'm trying to find the median of those 5, those first 5. All right, so what's the median of that? 11. That's called quartile what?
3, 1.
Quartile 1. That's the first quartile. Remember, think before you say something. 11. Now, I'm looking for quartile number 3. Quartile number 3, 32. Is everybody happy with that? Right, because again, you're just looking at these 5 and finding the number in the middle, which is obviously 32. Is everybody good with that? So that's quartile 3 technically, 32. Now listen to me. I always tell kids, I don't really talk about Q2 as much, right? I just say that's the what? The median. All right? But some books call it Q2, some books just call it the median. All right? And some people call this, and if you want to make a note to yourself, this would be considered the lower quartile, and this one up here is called the what? The upper quartile. That's called the upper quartile. Now, why am I giving you different words? Because I don't know the syntax that you're going to read, right? I don't know if on the ERBs they call it the lower quartile, the upper quartile. I don't know if they call it quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3. So I'm kind of trying to familiarize you with all of the information. Is everybody okay with that? That's why it's good for you to take little notes there. All right? I used to call it the lower quartile and the upper quartile and the median. This book calls it Q1, Q2, and Q3. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about that's not on here that we're going to do is called the inner, I want you to write this down, inner quartile range. The inner quartile range is simply Q3 minus Q1, or the upper minus the what? Lower. All right? So the inner quartile range here, which means the middle 50%. All right? The middle 50% would be what numbers? 32 minus 11, which is 21. So the inner quartile range is 21. The inner quartile range is 21. Come on, stop daydreaming. Try to get focused. What?
What's that different from the regular?
Say, I didn't hear you.
What's that different from the regular?
The regular range is the highest minus the lowest. So listen to me. Sometimes it's important to understand where the 50% of your data is. So what does that mean? 50% of your data is between what? 32 and 11. You understand what I'm saying, right? Because quartiles, we divided the data into 25%. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to make the actual box and whiskers. All right. First thing, the median is what? 23. All right. So what I teach kids, or how I teach you to do it, is here's 23. I like to make a mark on 23. All right. That's going to be part of the box right there. All right. Now, quartile 1 is at what? 11. So I put another mark on 11. And then quartile 3 is going to be at what?
32.
32. Now, please, I'm telling you, if you're not with me, you're going to be behind. And I'm telling you, it's super easy. So there's my marks. All right. Now, I understand where they got the box from. I don't understand anything about the whiskers. All right. But here is how they create the box. They just draw this line from here to here, and they draw this line from here to here. And that's considered their box. All right. Now, you don't have to put this up here unless you want to. This represents what? 25% of the data. This up here represents what? 25% of the data. Now, what's the lowest number we said? 8. So 10, 9, 8. So you're supposed to put a dot at the lowest. And you're supposed to put a dot at the highest. And the highest was what? So I put a dot there. And now, honestly, I have no earthly idea why they call it a whisker. All right, you're supposed to now draw from here to here. And you draw from here to here. All right, I have, like I said, you don't even have to ask me because I'm going to be honest, I have no idea why they call it a whisker. So that is your box and whisker. Now, what percent of the data is from here to here? 25%. And what's it from here to here? 25%. All right, so in statistics, sometimes it is important to understand where most of your data is. Now, to me, does everybody see this whisker down here is small, right? So that means that 25% of your data is between what? This number right here, which was 8, and this number right here, which was 11. Does everybody agree with that? And then 25% is here. 25% is here. All right. Is it almost evenly spaced? Yeah, except this whisker is really what? Small, right? And one of them's longer, right? So you can kind of get a visual of what the data is. All right, again, I have, like I said, this is just how they want you to do it. Now, I'm going to show you, I personally like it that way, but I'm going to show you how they did the answer. I don't like the way they did it, but I'm going to show you, all right, the solution for what they did. Uh-oh, maybe I'm not. All right, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Yeah, so look how they like it. Now, I don't like putting it above the number line because I can't draw the straight line up there. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So I'm much more comfortable drawing it on the actual number line. All right, if you're like, wow, I'd like to see it above the number line, go right ahead. All right, but I think drawing on the number line is important because I can't see my eyes sometimes. I don't know if I have to draw that straight down where it is. Because some of them there are actually at a half. All right, so again, it's up to you. It's a personal thing. All right, now what I want to do is I want to go back now where we were, and I want to ask, does anybody have really any questions with that? Right, yes.
Is there like an outer quartile?
No,
Okay.
no. Now, we used to call them this, though, for that word. They're called outliers. All right? There are some data points that are outliers, but we're not going to talk about outliers. All right? An outlier is, I think, 1.5 times the interquartile range. Who cares? All right? It doesn't matter. All right? So that's why I said that's not important, but that's a good thought. What?
I know they're all quarters, but shouldn't it be less than a quarter since that line is smaller?
No, that's a good question. Very good question. He's asking me a very good question. Listen to me. All this saying is that 25% of the data are here. 25% of the data are somewhere in here. 25% of the data are in here. 25. We don't know what points there are. You with me? So if we counted, we would count so many here, and it'd be 1/4 of the data. We good? All right. Alden, you good?
Yes.
All right. Now, if you recognize number 2 is almost the same as number 1. So I'm going to skip number 2 for now. I'm going to go to number 3. Now, the reason why number 3 is a little bit different is because count the number of numbers. How many numbers are there?
Oh, it's different. 12.
There are 12. There are 12. All right, so there isn't really a median here. All right, so I need you to pay attention now to show us how we handle something where there's an even number. The first one was an odd, which was kind of easy. If it's an odd number of data, the medians are easy. All right, so let's take a look at this real quick now. All right, I want someone to tell me the lowest. I'm listening.
67.
62. All right, thank you. And then what's the largest?
100.
It looks like 100 to me. Is everybody happy with that? All right. Now, I want you to write out small to large, please. It's much easier if you just write out small to large. Alden, let's go. Get to work. Come on, go do something. All right, you're not going to sit in my class and sleep. You hear me? Go get your drink of water or something. All right, who's got the numbers? Go.
62.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry. 62.
67. 68. 73. 77. 79. 84. 86. 94. 95. 100.
Thank you. Does everybody agree with that? Then we just double check them. Do we forget one?
I think there's an 80.
Uh-oh. Where's an 80?
Between
Right there.
79 and
Great, Hunter. Thanks a lot.
Jesus.
Hunter.
Gosh.
Oh, wow.
All right, squeeze that 80 in there. All right, good job.
All
All right.
0.
So now, I need some help. All right, we said there were 12. Is there a middle number? No. So, because there's 12, I need to find the... No, we're not doing 2 medians. What 2 numbers am I looking at?
79 and 80.
Yeah, 79 and 80. But I'm really hoping you say I would like the 6th and the 7th number. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We're looking for the 6th and the 7th number. So there's the 6th and the 7th number. All right. Now what I need you to do is I need you to tell me what's the average. And we don't have to do the math on that. What's the average of 79 and 80?
79.5.
Yeah, 79.5. So quartile 2 is 79.5. And remember, not that it's wrong, but I want you to be reminded it's the median. Okay? All right, is everybody happy with that? All right. Now, look. This is split in half now. Everybody good on that? Now what I need to do is I need to look at these 6 right here. Somebody pay attention. I need to look at these 6 right here, and I need to find the median of those. Is there a median?
I thought the 80 and like 700.
Well, now that's kind of a good point, but what is the middle number? 79.5. So you're asking me very good questions. You see what I'm saying? So if I put 79.5 there, then the 79 really isn't included. You with me on that? It's minor detail, but something that's important. All right. So now I'm looking at these, right? I'm looking at these points right here. All right. Is there really a middle number?
No.
So what 2 numbers am I going to average?
3 and 4.
The third and the fourth, right? And the third and the fourth are 68 and 73. So somebody average those for me.
70.5.
Is that right? 70.5? 70.5. And now I look at the upper 6. And what are the 2 numbers in the middle here? 94 and I think 94 and 86, correct? And you should be able to look at that and say, well, that's average is 90, right? Put 4 from one into the other, and they'll both be 90. All right, so quartile 3 is 90. Is everybody happy with that? All right, anybody have any questions? And now it's just a matter of put it on the graph. All right, so again, here is 79.5. I'm going to make a line here for 79.5. Then I need to make a line at 90. What? Shh. Let me help him. What? How did I know it was 0.5 or how did... Well, it's right in the middle. Right in the middle. And then 70.5. 70.5 to me is about right there. All right, now you draw the box. Draw the box underneath. And now what I need to do is I need to draw the lowest. The minimum is what?
62.
So I put a dot at 62. Then I put a dot at what?
100.
100. And then whatever this is called, the whisker, from here to here. And from here to here. All right. Is everybody with me on that?
Can this ever happen? Can the whisker be like inside?
No, absolutely not. Very good question. All right. And the reason why is because you're splitting the data up into 4. Right? If it's ever inside, that means you didn't line the numbers up properly. Okay? So now we also say the IQR. What does IQR mean?
The
Inner quartile range. Inner quartile range. So that's going to be, again, Q3 minus Q1. So that would be 90 minus 70.5.
19.5.
19.5. Thank you very much. The inner quartile range is 19.5. All right. Now again, I'm hoping you're going, wow, that's kind of easy. It sounds complicated, but it's not. All right, super easy. All right. Now the next worksheet is just answering questions based off of the box and whiskers. All right. So let's look at the next one. All right. So here's the incubation time of a bunch of birds. All right. The incubation time for a bunch of birds. All right. And we just have to answer the questions. All right. So it says here, write the first quartile. All right. So the first quartile would be what? 16. I don't know what I'm going to do. That's why I don't like it this way. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, right. So I'm drawing it down here. Yeah, I think you're right. Now, would I care if you put 16 or 15?
No.
No, I don't care.
Yeah.
All right. But I would like for you to look at it, try to give it your best shot. I think personally that it's 15.5. All right. What is the maximum incubation time? So give it a shot. Tell me what you think.
35.5.
All right. I don't know. So I'm going to take this dot. I'm going to come straight down. Now, again, if you said 35.5, I wouldn't care. All right, but that's why I don't like, does everybody agree? I don't like it when it's above so high. It's kind of harder to see. So we're going to go with what? 35. All right. Now, again, the other thing I want you guys to do is put down days. These are measured in days. How do I know it's in days? Because that's what it says up there in the word problem. All right. What is the median?
20.5.
I think the median looks like 20.5. Let me drop it down just to make sure. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Somewhere around 20.5 days.
20.6.
All right. So I'm totally fine with that. All right. Let's go down to the next one. Let's just see if we can answer this properly. All right. It says now, these are gadgets. Now it says, write the median. All right. So the median looks like what? 40. Now I'm always trying to figure 40 what? What electronic gadgets?
It says smartphones.
Oh yeah, okay. So that would be 40 smartphones. Thank you.
That's right.
Smart. That's fine. I don't care. Sorry. Now what is the least number of smartphones?
Probably 32.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like 34, right? 34 phones.
I like it.
You with me? Now write the third quartile. So here's my third quartile right here. And what is that looking like?
48.5.
Yeah, that's kind of weird because I wouldn't do a half of a phone. Right?
Probably like 39.
All right. So let's just call it, just because that's what I'm agreeing with you, 38.5.
Well, it's not like phone. I mean,
You can have a folding
Yeah,
phone.
yeah, yeah.
Well, like,
All right, hold up, hold up. Listen, I'm not, that's exactly the problem. That's right. When you do the midpoint could be a half. You're exactly right. Doesn't have to be talking about the phone. All right? So again, those are the solutions there for those. All right, now what I want to do is I want to flip the page. All right, now your job is to answer the questions on the next one. I want to see if you can do that. All right, now, and then flip the page. Turn the page over. Now you have to draw your own box and whisker and then answer the question. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Now, I really want you to take the time. Please make sure you know what I'm talking about. I don't think it's that hard. All right, I'm giving you the option here. Listen to me. All right, I skipped number 2 up here. Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
I could make you go back and do that, but I don't think it's necessary. All right, I think we did a good job today. All right, so I need you to answer these questions. Make sure you understand the questions, and then make your own box and whiskers, and then answer those questions. If you're working diligently, you should be able to get it done. All right, what time do we get out of here?
I think 27.
All right, so you got 14 minutes to try to get this done. Then after you're done, if you get done, I posted the solutions. Take a look at the solutions. Make sure you got the answers correct. What?
You don't have to do the 2 of the first one, right?
That's because you're listening. Right. Exactly what I said. That's causing a major distraction. All period long.